Hello, so I've had a couple videos of how to start your horse under saddle and how to get it ready. And so today I am going to put the saddle on her for the first time. We've done lots of preparation. We've done all the groundwork exercises. We've done desensitizing exercises with the step stool, the saddle pad, and even the bareback pad. And so today she's going to be ready for the saddle. The first thing we are going to do is just review the desensitizing with the saddle pad. I'm just going to let her sniff it or see what it is. Good girl. Okay. I will now start rubbing it on her. Good girl. We've already done these exercises, but I'm just going to review them. Good girl. And so when she stops and relaxes, then we release the pressure. Good girl. Good girl. So now it's on her. Just gonna pat it, make some noise. Move it on her. That way she gets used to the movement. I'll now go to the other side. Do the same thing I just did. I'm gonna take it off. Let her sniff it. Gonna put it back on. Good girl. So she seems pretty relaxed right now. It's very good. Good girl. So now that she seems pretty comfortable with this saddle pad, we'll now start with the saddle. I now have the saddle here. And so first I'm just going to let her sniff it, which she already has a little bit. It's good to let them check things out first before put them on them or anything. Girl. Oh, it looks like she's trying to nibble it. Okay, so now that she seems pretty comfortable with the saddle, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to flop it around. Good girl. Let her sniff it. So what I find that horses most spook at with a saddle are the cinches and the stirrups. They honestly don't seem to mind the weight. It's mainly the things that flop around. That's why it's really important to do the desensitizing exercises before you start with the saddle. So I'm just going to approach her over here with it. Rub it on her shoulder. Then release the pressure. Good girl. And I let her sniff it whenever she wants to, just to check it out. It's okay to let them check things out. So I'm now going to lift it up here. Good girl. Okay, so now we're just working on slowly bringing the saddle up on her back. Good girl. She is good. I then release the pressure. Girl. Okay. Gonna do that again. Good job. And one thing you want to make sure is that you always keep a hold of their lead rope when putting the saddle on, because they can spook, and most of the time they do like to kick out what they're spooking at. It's just their natural instincts, and so those go to spin around and they could kick you. So it's really important to have a hold of the lead rope and make sure their head is facing you at all times. So I'm now going to do this again. Good girl. And so now I'm going to fully put it on her. Okay, and now she has the full weight of the saddle on her. Now this, most horses I seem to not mind. They don't really mind the weight of the saddle. So when first putting the saddle on the horse, you want to make sure it has a back cinch, because they could spook at the back cinch. And so if you have it on the first ride, it's something they'll get used to along with the saddle and everything else. But if you just have like a front cinch, then after you ride them a while with the front cinch, they're all fine. Then you go to put the back cinch on, and they could just go out bucking because they're not used to it. So it's very important to have a saddle with a back cinch for the first ride, and that's why I'm using this saddle and not my barrel saddle, because my barrel saddle does not have a back cinch. And so she seems really fine with the weight of the saddle right now. And so now we are going to start getting her comfortable with the cinch. The cinch and the stirrups, all the loose, noisy stuff seems to be what scares them the most. Not so much the weight of the saddle, but all that. So, good girl. So now we're going to go ahead and start with that. Okay, so this is definitely a kind of, you want to be very careful with this when doing this, because right now the saddle is loose. It's not cinched up. It's just sitting there. And so if they go to buck, it can fall off. And you really don't want that to happen, because then it can also create some bad habits if they find out that, oh, if I buck, it comes off. But she seems very relaxed with it. She doesn't seem stressed at all, so it doesn't look like it's going to really be a big problem. But you also want to prepare if they do start bucking or spooking, you want to grab that saddle. So it's you taking it off and not them taking it off. So now we're just going to get her used to the cinches. So I'm going to turn around for you to see. Good girl. So she's already hearing kind of the noise of the cinch and stuff, so she's getting used to that. You got to kind of move this. It's not positioned quite right. There we go. So now I'm going to lower down this, nice and easy. And you don't want to be like all like spooky and scared, like you're kind of sneaking up and doing things. But then also you don't want to be too, I don't know what you call it, but you want to be smooth and steady. Good girl. So I'm actually going to face her towards me. That way she knows what's going on this side. If she sees what's going on the other side, she can spook to that movement and run me over. So it's important that she sees what's going on this side. Good girl. And so I'm just going to lower down. And she really doesn't seem to mind at all. She's just kind of trying to eat the saddle is what she was trying to do. Okay. So I'm just going to move this. She doesn't really seem to care. She's so cute. So now I'm going to, there we go. I think that's about right. So when pretty much cinching all saddles, whether it be on all horses, always start with the front cinch first, but I'm sure most people know that. Because the front cinches can hold the saddle, back cinch doesn't, it just holds it down. So now I'm keeping her head on this side so she knows what's going on this side. Good girl. So I'm going to slowly rub her cinch area so she's kind of used to the feeling. Then I'm just going to easily grab that cinch. Good girl. I'm going to kind of move it up and down, get her used to it, making sure she's focusing on me. Good girl. Nice. And this is where you want to be pretty careful, because the cinch can spook the horse and cause it to buck. So just do it easily, slow and steady. She's trying to, she seems to like want to like bite the saddle. Good girl. So she is moving, but I'm just going to kind of move with her. Continue what easy. It's okay. So she did spook a little bit there, but if you notice how, good girl. So she's a little uneasy now, but that's okay. She did not like me getting that cinch snug. That's why you do it slow and steady. Good girl. Now she's paying close attention to what I'm doing, and that's what I like to see. I like to have the full attention to what I'm doing. Good girl. I feel like the saddle has kind of slid, so it's not in the right spot at all. So now I'm gonna have to kind of uncinch it. But honestly, that's okay, because then she gets a release of pressure for doing good. Now you still want to be careful because it's not cinched up. And so this is kind of she just caught, as you can tell how she kind of like got a little kind of curious. She just saw the cinch on the other side and she's like, oh wait, what's that? That's why it's really important to make sure she's looking at you and what you're doing, so she is focusing on that. Okay, I'm gonna grab the saddle. There we go. I'm moving it so she's getting used to the feeling. Okay, now that I got it positioned right, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna rub her cinch area, slowly grab that cinch. She's already pretty much used to it, so, but still, you still want to be pretty careful. It's okay, girl. Good girl. So it's kind of hard to, if she wants to sniff it, that's okay, but I still kind of want her to focus on what I'm doing over here. It's kind of hard to be able to cinch it up and have a hold of the lead rope at the same time. So that way, if you need someone to hold the lead rope while you're cinching up, that would be good too. Because you want to have a hold of their face the whole time, because you don't want kicked. Good girl. Now she seems to kind of spook to the noise of this. So I'm just going to do it nice and easy. There we go. Good job. And it is the noise that mostly gets them. But we've also worked on this a lot. Good girl. She's listening. Good girl. She's just sniffing. That's okay, but when she does kind of sniff on the other side, I like to step out here, because when they do spook, they normally spook sideways, and you just don't want them to spook right into you. Good job. And so I'm not going to quite do that back cinch until the front cinch is fully cinched up. Okay. Now I'm gonna have her head turn into me. I'm gonna slowly grab that back cinch. And I want it nice and snug. I know lots of people kind of actually have theirs kind of loose, which kind of surprises me. With me, I always worry that the horse's back foot would get caught in it, especially when they go to buck. For everything, like whether you're horse training, trail riding, barrel racing, reining, especially roping, you should always have that back cinch snug. Not too tight, of course, not like your front cinch, but you don't want it too loose. Okay, so now she is cinched up. I'm just going to walk her. There you go. Good girl. Now, her front cinch is tight enough where if she is to buck, it will stay on, but it's not like the tightest. But I don't want it to be, because you're wanting them to get used to the feeling. And if you tighten it up immediately at first, then it could spook them. You just want it tight enough where they can't buck it off. Looks like the saddle moved a little bit. It's not in the exact right position. But that's okay. I do not plan on getting on today. It honestly depends on the horse. But today, I honestly just want to get her used to the saddle. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten that front cinch just a little bit more. But you still want to do it nice and easy. Good girl. Nice. So that's pretty snug right there. That's perfect. Her back cinch. So now, before we lunge them, I like to first get them used to the saddle. And so I'm just going to pat it just like we did that saddle pad when we got her used to it. I still want her to focus on me so she speak. There we go. And we want to do this on both sides because what you do with one side, you want to do to the other. We're going to grab this. If they go to move like this, that is okay. Just follow them. Continue doing it until they stop and relax. She's not quite relaxed. As you can tell, she's kind of tense, wide-eyed. Just going to continue it. The signs of relaxing is either cocking their leg, or even that she took a sigh and moved her head. When their head is completely still and their eyes are big and their feet are straight, they're all tense, that's a sign of kind of being tense and being scared. When they blink, that's also a sign of relaxing. They lick their lips, they take a big sigh, move their head, cocking their foot. So I'm going to do that again. Nice, there's a sigh. Just getting used to it. And so I'm just going to move this all around, tap the saddle, move that saddle. The movement of the saddle can also spook them. Move that back cinch. So she's looking on the other side. If they want to sniff the other side, I'll let them sniff it, but I want to make sure I am here where if they spook and go sideways, they're not going to run me over. It's very important to stay alert of where you are, stay safe. Okay, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing on this. Wait, we just did that side. On this side. So now I'm just going to do the same thing. Cut the saddle. Move it. Kind of that noise that can kind of sometimes get spooked from, but she seems fine with it. Now she doesn't like that. You just kind of continue it until they relax. She's not relaxed. Yeah, good girl. Okay, she cocked her foot. She also moved her head. Moving their head also is a sign of relaxing because when it's straight, they're like, it's pretty much a sign of being tense and scared. Good girl. She's really thinking through things very nicely. This is the first time she's ever had a saddle on, and she's really done great. But if you do all the groundwork exercises from the very beginning, pretty much you'll get results like this. Pretty much all my horses I work with have acted like this. Haven't really ever bucked, spooked. Okay. Okay, so wait, not yet. I gotta make it straight. Okay, so now we have got her used to the saddle, tapped it, got her used to the movement, we've walked her around. Now I'm going to go ahead and start lunging her. Gonna ask her to go. Ask her for a trot. Right now, all I want is a trot. I'll probably just keep her at a trot. Loping, I would like to lope because it's really important to have them lope on the first time that you do put the saddle on, because if they're to buck or spook at anything, it's going to be the lope that triggers it. It is kind of a small arena. That's a small round pen, so that's why I don't lope them often. She seems to do. So she's getting a little energetic there, but that's okay. Where to look there, that's good. See, it's the slope that seems to trigger them. Okay, so I'm gonna lunge her. I did lunge her a little bit, but I had to go grab my lunch stick. So it is the lope that seems to trigger them, and it has triggered her a little bit to buck. So that's completely normal. Oh, wrong way. Okay. So right now, I'm just gonna have her trot. Give her lots of room. Okay, so she's getting a little kind of energetic right there, but that's okay. Thinking through things, she's licking her lips, so she's kind of figuring out saddle's not that bad. There she goes. Which, if she wants to buck, I'm gonna let her buck. I know that that saddle is solidly on her, so I'm gonna come off. It's just her figuring out, getting used to things flopping around, the stirrups flopping around. I like, some people will tie the stirrups up so it doesn't, so see how she could have kicked me. That's why it's very important to have control of the head. Anyway, so some people do like to tie their stirrups up. I personally don't, because I want them to get used to it flopping around. Okay. Oh, nice. She's open. This is her first slope without her bucking. So now I'm going to ask her to stop. And now I'm going to release the pressure. Good girl. Okay, so my microphone did stop working, so hopefully you can still hear me. So now we have lunged her. So now what I'm going to do is mount her halfway. I'm not going to mount her fully today. That'll be probably the next lesson. I'm just gonna mount her halfway. This you want to be really careful with. So I'm just gonna do her in the halter. You want to make sure you have full hold of that halter the whole time you're mounting, because this exercise is where they could spook, and more than likely they will try kicking you if they spook enough. So you want to make sure you keep that head into you at all times. So now I'm going to go ahead and get started. So where you can see me. So you're going to bring your head into me like this. Good girl. And first I'm just going to start jumping up and down like those exercises we did. Good girl. So she is pretty good with this. I've done this many times, so she's pretty used to it. Now I'm going to start adding weight right here. I'm going to put my foot, kick it out. Good girl. Making sure my hand stays on that lead rope and her head stays cocked. Because if she does go to move with her head being cocked, all she's going to go is in a circle. Very controlled, right? Like, see? She's moving. All she's doing is pretty much yielding her hindquarters. So, it's very important to keep their head cocked. You know, put my foot in here. She is a very tall horse, so this is tough. Okay, I just put my weight. Okay. You keep her head cocked. Good girl. And go down and release the pressure. So hope you saw that. Girl. So we're going to do that again. You didn't do it a lot there. We will want them do it while they're just standing. But if you're just learning, this is the first time. Gonna rub it for stop. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. That was so good right there. She barely moved too. That's very good. Good girl. Different things. Good girl. You bring her head around and do that again. Girl, so that was good. So you move a little bit as you just mounted. That's okay. Yes, good job. Good girl. So that was very good. I'm going to go ahead and finish her right there. So pretty much the things we're able to accomplish today is fully putting the saddle on, cinching it all up, desensitizing her to it, lunging her with it. She loves to know things. And then mounting halfway. And so next time we should be able to mount fully. She's very good. Good girl. So now I am going to take the saddle off. That could sometimes be a challenge in itself. Most times it's pretty good because we've already done all the work. But then sometimes they can stick. So that's why you still want to be careful as you're unsaddling them. But just do it pretty much how you put it on, and it's going to do pretty good.